Hi everyone, thanks for visiting my channel and let's talk. Anyone who knows me knows that I was a candidate in the High Peak for Reform UK, but not anymore. Why? Well, because I suppose I've become very, very disillusioned in the party. As a candidate, I was very up for the task. I wanted to fight for the area and I wanted to be part of this new movement. But unfortunately, what I found was we had a party that really didn't care much for the candidates. We did our job, despite how well we did at the election, and we contributed to that 14% of the vote that got Nigel Farage in and Richard Tice. But when it came to the election afterwards, the very next day, we were told to stand down. At a time when we should have been building momentum, building on that success, getting our groups together, we were told to stand down. We were also told we were no longer candidates. We weren't even PPCs. And that we would actually have to reapply to be a candidate in 2029. So you can imagine there's a lot of us out there not happy. I mean, we put our own finances into this. Not a penny from the membership has come to the candidates of the constituencies. If you look at High Peak, there were, at the time of the election, there was about 300 candidates, 300 members. That's £325. That accumulates to £7,000. Now times that by 600, you're looking at £4.2 million that have come in for around memberships. And there's more now. In my constituency alone now, there's 100 more. So you can imagine the money that's been made for the party on that. Not a penny has come to the candidates of the constituencies. Now, okay, we accepted that to a certain extent. But we thought that we were candidates then for good. We'd gone through our selection process and we were ready to build for the next election. So why has this happened? Why were we dropped at a time when we should have been building momentum? When people, as I was out canvassing, when people ask me, why is Reform UK made up as a limited company? I would say, well, it's because if they get into debt, it costs a lot of money, as I thought at the time. It costs a lot of money to start up a party. And it's so as that if they get into debt, nobody can come and take their private assets, which I appreciated. What I didn't know at the time is if you set up as a political party, you have to have a constitution. That constitution gives your members and your candidates rights. So what they did was, the day after the election, we were told to stand down. We were no longer candidates. And then they became a political party, which meant they started a political party with no candidates. Therefore, they had no obligations to their candidates, and those candidates had no rights. And this is why I have completely stood down and I'm taking back my membership. Because I don't want to be part of people that are so self-serving. High Peak needed somebody to stand. I still believe in the policies of reform. I still believe those on the contract with you, those policies are the right policies for this country. But the leadership is self-serving. And unfortunately, those people that trolled me online and said, your leaders are grifters, I now have to say, in my opinion, I think you were right. So where do we go from here? Who knows? I might decide to stand as an independent. I don't know yet. People had, while I was out campaigning, had said to me, had I been an independent, they would have voted for me. I do realise now as well, having spoken to different people, that there are a lot of people out there that didn't vote for me because of the Conservative candidate. because he led them to believe that I was not standing or that I was standing down to give him the vote. This is what I've been told by constituents in the High Peak. So it's a messy business. And as I said before, I'm not a politician, but I'm looking to be. I think I enjoyed it a lot. I loved speaking to people. I loved the debate. I didn't even mind the trolls. And if you want to troll me on here, that's fine. Just do it with respect. You know, be polite about it. I want to have a channel that people come on and they talk about all kinds of things. It doesn't have to be politics. It doesn't have to be world events. It can be local events. It can be things that you do, things that I do. For instance, I'm a prepper. What's a prepper? Now I'll get into that on another day. But I wanted to set the record straight and why I am not standing as a Reform candidate again. I hope people, even if they don't agree with me, understand, because I'm very driven by what I think is right. And I like my Christian values and my Christian outlook. And even if you don't believe in God, it doesn't matter. We in the West, in Britain, were brought up with Christian values. To be good to one another. To treat others as you want to be treated. And Reform isn't treating us the way I want to be treated. So thanks for listening. Hit the like button and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does mean my channel will go further. I wish you all the best. I'll speak to you next time. Bye.